Uh-oh, here he comes. Oh no. Move your keyboard out of the way. Hey, they need a cat mode. They need a cat mode. That it's an easy press button. If a cat comes, because he steps or she steps on the keyboard, and you just need a cat mode, I think. Because cats, you know, they're the rulers of the internet, and they everyone's got a cat. It's just about. All right, anyway. So cat mode enabled. My cat mode is I just push my keyboard underneath stuff. So should I wait for Lauren? I think she knows how to do this stuff, I think, because she was in my product design stuff earlier. I'm gonna share. I could show you some technical drawings, but it would scare the crap out of you. These technical drawings, don't worry. Orthographic. Okay, I'm gonna share screen. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you an overview of these orthographics, and we probably talked about it a little bit. We've touched on it, but we haven't gone whole hog. So let me share my screen, and I'll share you. I'm just gonna go onto the internet, and you know, let's see what internet pops up as far as these orthographic drawings. So screen share. Wait, hold on. Screen share, desktop. Okay, orthographic drawings. Let's do a little Google search. It's going to show us some real nerdy stuff. I tell you that. It's normally kind of an engineering thing, but it is an engineering thing, but it can be a very artistic thing, and they're really fun, these things. So orthographic drawing. And it's going to show us some mad geeky stuff, but that's cool, and don't let this put you off. In fact, let's go to this, or an orthographic drawing. Okay, let's just check out some images. I'll be able to describe it to you easily. All right, let's take this for example. Okay, orthographic drawings. What it is showing a 3D drawing of the object, and then it's showing a top view. And it's an obvious top view. At least for me, it is. It's because it's showing these top steps. There they are. Side view, and that's pretty obvious. There's a side view right in here. And then finally a front view. And these are the fronts right in here. And so, and notice how these drawings are lined up, really lined up. So, and then all the steps, all the internal pieces are all lined up. And then also for the front view, all the pieces are lined up. And that's what we're gonna do for a bag. I thought bag would be easier. Shoes gets really complex. So let's just play this off really easy and just do a bag. Keep it kind of simple. And I will scare you a little bit of my bag drawing, my bag orthographic drawings. So you really see the hardcore stuff, but I don't expect you to get hardcore. But let's just see another example. But this is a very simple set of steps example. That's a kind of complex, but I think you probably get it. Here's another super simple top view, and this is the top. Here's a little 3D drawing, and then the front view, which is these two little guys, I guess, those two little things. There's the top front view, and then the right side. So these little guys right in here. So that's a side view, and notice how it lines up. You know, I would have lined it up differently. I would have moved this over here and lined it up with this. But hey, maybe not the best example, that one. But I think you guys kind of get it, don't you? It's pretty straightforward. Okay, that being said, I showed you some super simple, and I'll show you what you're gonna have to do ultimately when you're in a job. Let's do a little search in my hard drive. Let's see what I can find. Where's my computer? There we go. Search the whole darn thing. And I'm just gonna say ortho and see what comes up. There's a lot of junk in here. If I can't find any ortho, okay, here we go. Orthographic, Michaela. I wonder if that's Michaela from. Okay, let's open it up. I don't remember what this is. But in the meantime, let's see what else. Orthographic. Let's do this one too. Oh, right. Yeah, this is not fashion accessories. I'd like to find fashion. This was something for a gun stand, a rifle stand. It's for a client I had in San Francisco. Oh, hold on. Let's just close out of here. Let's go back to my search. Search this Mac. Let's see if I can find something else. I hope I can find a bag. Oops, looks like that's the same one. Let's try that one. Looks like that's the same one too. Orthographics. Okay, come on, baby. I know I've got some ortho. That was a truck or okay, I think I've got it. Let's just go into CCS, fashion accessories. I might have them in here. Ref pics, demo sketches, CCS fall, CCS work samples. Nope. I know I've got some decent orthographics to share with you. And I thought I put them into here, but no, obviously not. Okay, let's just try orthographic. Orthographic search. Nothing's coming up. Graphic, I misspelled it. It's gonna probably pull up the same stuff. That's all the same stuff. Okay, I'm not over yet. I'm not over yet. Let's go in here to my vector. So, oh yeah, I haven't showed you about vector graphics, vector art, Illustrator stuff. I haven't done that yet because this class is predominantly really trying to get you to hand draw or computer draw, and we're not getting into the Illustrator yet until I don't know. We'll see. Textures. Okay, let's just get the name. But anyway, why I was mentioning that is because over the years, when you start using Illustrator, you start developing a library of vector art that you can use continuously. Like, for example, I use a bolt a lot. And so I've got bolts in here. I've got everything. I've got lots of stuff in here, which is kind of, and then so when I do my orthographics, I normally do them in Illustrator, but I'll hand sketch for demonstration today. But I should have some in here, and I just have to look carefully. Brush strokes, bugs, carbon fiber, cars, chairs, clothes, food, beauty, illustrations. It could be in illustrations, logos, maps, DARPA, package. Let me test package out. Let's see what package is. Meantime, while that opens, I'm gonna look for tech packs. Tech packs, that's the name. Not orthographics, tech pack. Here we go. All right, so tech packs. Okay, I don't need that. So that's very cool. Oh. Okay, tech packs. Camera sock. Let's just see if I can find some sleek case. I don't remember what this is, but it's a PDF, so it's gonna be easier to see. So let's have a look at this. I hope it works. I love doing these things because you get into the nitty gritty, and it can be really fun. Now, why aren't you opening? Let's see, maybe it's here. Package. Nope. Come on, open up for me. This is an Acrobat file. Okay, here we go. All right. This is kind of fashiony. This is a little bag, a little camera case for like digital cameras. This was back in the day. This was done 2008. So we're talking, you know, a good few years ago, but it is what it is. It's deep in my archive. So let's just go through. All right. So this is the case. So do you remember when I was saying when you're basically ripping stuff off like a shoe or something? You know, as far as the last shape and you have to show that as a reference to the guys or the girls who are making this prototype. So And also, they'll give that to you as a benchmark. They'll say, look, this is the shoe or this is the bag. We want you to do something like this because it's a hot seller, and we want you to do something like this, but do your own design for us. So this is a big selling case. This was a big selling camera case in Best Buy, like their best selling camera case for those really small cameras. So they actually said, sent me that image, do something like this, but do it differently. So take that. So that's the reference. So everyone knows the reference. And look, I even put a post above photo reference showing overall look and feel. It's this little foam stuff covered in fabric, silvery fabric with a zipper that goes all the way around. So this was my design, and it's just an orthographic drawing. And I don't remember if I sketched it or first, I don't know, but this is my, it was an orthographic. When you do an orthographic, then you take it in a Photoshop, make it look really blingy like this. So I'm talking about here how there's this little loops where you can tie on a string so you could wear it around your neck, whatever. This is a piece of hardware that I designed, zippers. I put texture around because I'm just ripping off how this zipper thing looks. There's this zipper. I forgot the anatomy of a zipper, but there's a fabric pieces, and the fabric pieces have molded onto them the little plastic or metal zipper teeth. And so, I'm just ripping this. I'm just totally ripping this. And that's how I kind of came up with this type of, look. And then this is a molded case. I did a molded case in here with the texture. I stitched on some leather. So anyway, let me just go into the orthographic. And this is scary, but you will have to do this. I promise you, you're gonna have to do this. So this is what I give to my people when they're making prototypes. It gives the measurements, everything labeled. You got to label everything because when you it was, I don't know if it still is, but this stuff used to be made in China, and those guys need really a lot of specifications. Otherwise, they're going to screw your stuff up. It's going to delay the whole process by a month. Everyone's pissed off. So it's really up to us as a designer to tell those guys what to make and how to make it. Not how to make it, but what you want, because they might have better ideas about how to make it than you. All I'm doing is saying, I want, number one, I want one compressed molded panel, same panel front and back. So I'm telling them, since this is a molded compressed piece of foam that we're gonna stitch on stuff, I want the front and the back to be the same mold. Because knowing our luck, if you do a crappy drawing and they're not exactly the same, they'll do 2 different molds. There you're out 50 grand instantly because they make a prototype and they make this mold and you're out lots of money. So, and your boss gets well pissed off if you do mistakes like this. So you really have to make these accurate. Cost them money and time, might not make the collection in time. So anyway, stuff like that. So I'm telling those guys in text, it's a legal document. Look, I said these 2 are the same pieces, and it's in the tech specs, so you cannot bill me for that. Let's do another example. Number 4. This is hardware. Number 4 is down here, gunmetal zipper pull. It's a zipper pull. It's a little tube, and you pull it. But there's a whole lot to do with this. I designed the crap out of that thing. Let's see, number 7, right in here. Number 7, right in here. Cord attachment hardware in gunmetal finish. Just describing this stuff. What's this? Number 8. It's this top piece, number 8. And I wonder if, number 8, you see, I'm using the same description for this piece because this is this leather piece stitched on, and it goes all the way around to the underneath of this little bag. So number 8, smooth black leather. See photo reference above. So this is another example. You have to show photos of what kind of leather you want because, so this is just a smooth leather. You see there's not much grain, and this is above, photo reference of smooth leather. So it goes on. I describe all of this stuff here. This is the eyelet for the attachment, for the little strap attachment. And so you have to get in there and say, this eyelet is, well, the piece of leather stuff is 10 millimeters by 15 millimeters and 7, when you're doing this professionally, everything's millimeters. You don't need to put cm, inches, unless you're doing inches. Everyone assumes it's automatically millimeters. That's how we all work. China works like that. So you don't even put But anyway, so 7 millimeter eyelet. So it's like 7 millimeters, a little under a centimeter. So that's how I do them when I'm in like my hardcore professional situation. So now you gotta describe it also um, how it works functionally. So this may be to scale or not. It's kind of to scale, but not really. But what the deal is, when you open this bag, I don't want it to just flop open like that. I want it to be open and not completely flop open, because otherwise your camera might fly out. So I have to describe it with, you know, some rudimentary drawings. And this is elastic. So number 3, elastic. And I'm ripping an existing design. And so you have to show these existing designs, as I say, so they know what you're talking about. And a picture is 1,000 words. It saves you tons of effort and time. So this is an example of something that I think the company wanted me to basically rip off. I don't remember. Maybe I found it in Best Buy, took a photo. I honestly don't remember. But anyway, so I describe everything very carefully. Above, photo reference showing the internal pocket construction, also showing desired internal lining material. There's some sort of, I don't know what it is, some belty type stuff. And I'm not telling them what it is. I don't know what it is. I just want that. And they'll know better than me. They'll look it out. They'll be like, that's not felt. That's probably a nylon felt ripoff type stuff. So, because if you start specifying things, sometimes it works if you know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know what that stuff's called. So I'm like, that's what I want. Please do that. Now this is a reference. It's a reference image is what you use. And so above, photo reference showing internal pocket elasticated mesh. I put a dime on there to show the kind of scale of the mesh. Otherwise, if you just say, hey, I want this mesh, they can give you mesh with big holes, and it might not be the type of mesh you want. For example, you have those little micro SD cards. And so if they make the holes too big, then the SD card can come out. So, you know, you got to be a little bit specific about things like that. And another thing is that the Chinese people will try to kind of get one on you. They will, or I don't know if they still do, but they would try to get one on you. They'd like, oh, he says mesh. Oh, let's give him the cheapest mesh, and we'll charge him extra. So sometimes you gotta be, not in this case, but sometimes you gotta be specific. I want that high-end mesh, and show examples of it. Like Nike use super high-end meshes. So for example, you want a high-end mesh inside or wherever. You go to a shoe store, look around at all the shoes in the Nike store, or whatever it is, and find the mesh that you want. Just take a really close-in shot of that. Ideally, maybe you stick your finger or something. I don't know, but you show a photo of that. Maybe the whole damn shoe. Zoom in, take another shot, and you say, I want this mesh. They will see it's a Nike shoe. They know it's no BS. It's a high-end mesh, and you're specifying that. So photo ref is important. So that's why, you know, that's what this page is for. Now we get into the super nerd level stuff, and this is the compression molded piece that that I'm specifying. So here I'm specifying down to the corner radius, 0.5 millimeter, common to all edges. So I'm saying all of the corners are the certain radius. Otherwise, if you don't draw it accurately, they can give you a big radius, and that's might not be what you want. So I wanted these to be very kind of crispy corners. And here we're doing cross sections. So, and honestly, you don't have to do this. Hopefully not yet, but you will do it. I promise you, you're going to do this. So, okay, now here's the face of this molded foam stuff. And here's the face, just pure, without any other stuff. And then so I have this line that goes through, and notice how it says A with the arrow pointing a certain direction. That's a cross section. And that's just a standard way of how to draw cross sections. You draw the A. If there's another cross section B, which there is, right across the horizontal way, you'd say B. So here I'm saying cross section AA, and all it is just pretending you're cutting it with a saw straight down the middle, so you can see like how the cross section works. And that's how I can start specifying all of this. Look, I even go, there's a slight bow in here. I even highlight slight bowing of 3 millimeters. So it'd be like 3 millimeters off this red line. So, you know, you get into all that stuff. And notice how all the drawings are lined up. So here's that piece of molded plastic stuff. There's the side, and here's the end. So you have to repeat those steps a few times. But the beautiful thing is, if you play your cards right, and you will learn how to do this, but if you play your cards right, you reuse stuff. You just reuse stuff constantly. So I did this whole blown out drawing, right? I have the end view right here of that molded piece. And then I also have the side view of that molded piece right in here. So I have those already. And so I can just easily just extract them from my drawing and put them in here. I might have to modify a little bit, but generally, this drawing, you do a good one, this kills this. You can use this so many times. So with this just one decent drawing, I'm able to get the mold of the top and the front and back. I managed to get this piece up here. I've got all the views of it up here. So I do this drawing, and then after I do this drawing, I think I sketched it out first, but after I do that drawing, I take this in a Photoshop and come up with crispy delight drawings, because this is so already crispy. It's so easy. If you have Photoshop turned on and Illustrator turned on, you just grab pieces. Like I'm going to grab this metal zipper pull, drag that literally into Photoshop, and then I render it up. Boom, 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 render it up. So when you have this crispy drawing, not only do you get all of these tech pieces, like how to mold this thing, but you get all of this stuff, and you just take it in Photoshop. So already I got one drawing, I got two drawings. I got a part of three drawings because I just used this side view right here, cut that little sucker in half, spread it open, spread eagled it, and there I've got, so there's three drawings from that one drawing. I already said, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 drawings. This is actually a simple bag. So so that's what you're in store for down the road. And if you go, I don't know what's happening with Aki and if I'm teaching next semester, fashion accessories thing. Honestly, I don't know. I should know by now. But I think it was last semester, we had a fashion accessories, and it was very successful. And what it was I was teaching them how to draw tech packs. It was a tech pack class. So I was teaching them about all of this stuff. And also, it was very deep into using Photoshop and Illustrator at the same time. Part of the tech pack class was to not only do these line drawings, tech stuff, but also he wanted to see photorealistic drawings. I taught the students how to do all of that. So what I was going to say is, right now we're kind of on in the product design and in the transport design world. We'd say this is Viscom 1 or 2. This is probably Viscom 2 for you guys. So Viscom 2, we teach all the basics, some basic digital skills, some more than basic drawing skills so you can sketch decently. That's what the focus is on. When you go to Viscom 3, that's when we start getting hardcore. You should be able to sketch well, and you should get a good grasp at all of these elements. That's when we start getting hardcore into Photoshop and Illustrator, bringing them together to get like very professional drawings. So it's kind of interesting. Let's see what else I got here. It's just to see something different. Oh my God! If I show you shoes, you're gonna be like, I quit. Football tech pack. Let's check this out. But it's an Illustrator. Let me see if I have a. Okay. We're in for trouble if I open this guy up, but let's do it. Football, soccer, basically. I got lots of shoes in here. Casual. All right. Let's go in there. I'm just gonna show you. Football tech pack 2, 1 of 3. This might have required a lot of drawings. So let's have a look. All right, I have to open them each individually, unfortunately. But I'll show you some stuff. In fact, I'll open all these up. So that's football tech part 1 out of 3, part 2. Okay, this is not even a complex shoot now I think about it. And then part 3. Okay. All right, let's just zoom out. So I'll show you this. It should be one document, but it's 3 for some reason. Okay, there's that, and I'll go through them with you. And let me just get my artboard nice and big so you can see what I'm doing here. Now these drawings with shoes get very complex. And this is not even a complex shoe, this is a simple shoe. Okay. So when we're doing these tech packs for shoes, now this is where you have to get in all sides. Shoes are specifically, generally you have to do all sides because shoes are asymmetrical. Generally they're asymmetrical. So here for shoe tech pack, and you can see this is a very basic one. But anyway, top view. You got to show the top view. And I see there's stuff missing. This was early days in my shoe stuff. I should have put a logo in there, but anyway, side view. Explaining how this thing in here is a perforated leather insert, leather upper, dual shot, high frequency weld Kappa logo, black outsole, black outside, white inside. You start getting into technical stuff. High frequency welding is when you get those very precise little logos that you see them in a little bit better quality goods, and it's this plastic, multicolored, sharp molds, and it's heated and stuck on a fabric or stuck onto nylon or stuck onto something. That's what that is. So anyway, I have to do the heel view because the heel view is showing, how do I want the sole to come up, the logo, where do I want the logo, and how do I want the logo looking in the back. So you got to show that heel view. When you're talking specifics like this logo, embossed Omni with screen print on top. This is called the Omni. That logo is called the Omni. And with screen print on top. So basically what this was is a piece of material, and then it was embossed, and then they screen printed only the embossed part. And so you have to pull that off and tell them specifically how that is built. And so I use colors. You use colors to depict that. The light gray, this part is embossed out with color screen print. Okay, so I'm screen printing on that, and then this part is debossed in. So this black part is poked in. So, you have to be very specific with the Chinese people to tell them, otherwise they won't poke it out, they'll poke it in. So, you just have to be specific. Lacing is very important because either you get the fat laces, the thin laces, the leather laces, whatever. So, you got to get in there a little specifically. And, these are like nearly a centimeter wide laces. So they know what kind of laces to source. And all these measurements. And then you got to go in there with an internal view. So what this is this is an internal view, and it's showing elasticated mesh. So this stuff in here is elasticated mesh, deco stitch, binding. This is called a binding that goes around, embossed screen printing. So instead of having a normal tongue, that kind of a tongue normally is a piece that comes up, and it can kind of flop around inside your shoe if you don't have the laces going through. In this case, this is a very common technique we ripped off from Nike. They started it, but then everyone ripped it after that. The tongue, so it doesn't shift around in your shoe. They have this nylon or elasticated mesh stitched from the tongue down and underneath. So the tongue doesn't shift around. And on top of that, I said this elasticated mesh, but I think I meant this top bit to be neoprene, the thing that the divers wear, that neoprene, and therefore it's a new type of sock construction. So anyway, that's how you do. That's just the upper. So let's see football tech pack part 2. All right, and here we are, just the sole. Now we were trying to do soles like last week or something like that. This is ultimately what you want, but I'm not asking you to do this yet because, in fact, I can't do that this semester. But this is the level of sole stuff you have to get into. Here's the bottom of the sole. So that's the basic design. And then you have to start, do you remember earlier I was saying there's a cross-section of B, cross-section C, and then so you have to include that. Here you have cross-section CC, which is this, and you have to tell where all these ridges and all of this stuff works. And so that's why I've done it in this drawing here, laying out all that stuff. So that's, and then you color label the stuff. So that is what we would, if you were to get into sketch tech packs next, if we're still doing that class, this is the stuff you'd learn, but this is a real reality stuff. And finally, another deep dive into the soul. A soul will take a few drawings. So for example, you kind of lay the soul, since it's a little bit 3D, you just lay that thing out flat. And so even though this is a little piece that goes up onto the heel, you just lay it out flat because it's easier to understand. They already know what the shoot should look like from the overview, from the first stuff, and you draw these cross sections, and then you have to put it all in here, explaining how things work. And this ellipse, you have to tell them how, because what they're going to do is they're going to take that vector art, they're going to take that little piece, and it's vector art, and they're going to put that into their CAD software so they can mold it, make a 3D print or whatever it is. So they actually take your drawing and that's what I have to do here. I have to describe this long snaky thing. I have to describe that in detail so they make that correctly. They'll load that into their CAD software, 3D CAD, and make that. So those are a couple of examples of hardcore orthographic drawings. And I know that's a little scary, but you're not going to have to worry about that yet. But I promise you, you will. But you get into them. You just have to get into them. Don't be like scared and like hating. When you start hating stuff, a lot of people like hate sketching, or they hate these drawings. You're just kicking yourself in the butt. You know, just enjoy it and embrace it. Change your mind, because you're gonna have to sketch like a beast. You're gonna have to do these drawings like a beast, and just embrace it. And I embraced it. I absolutely embraced it. I was like, oh God, I have to do this. And at first I was like, oh my God, I have to do this. I was screwing up big time. I was at Fila, my first shoe design job. I did a sandal. They accepted my sketch for the sandal. So they asked me to do a tech drawing. Well, I had a basic understanding of Illustrator. Do you remember that story I told you where I did an all-nighter on Illustrator when I was at school, came up with this amazing drawing, and it looked great on the surface, but it was not technically correct in the sense of how you construct an Illustrator drawing, because all paths need to be closed, all this stuff. I didn't know that. When I first did my very first technical drawing at college, it looked good, but it did not work if I send it to a manufacturer, but it looked good. Anyway, I used that same approach when I did my technical drawings for my first shoe. And the guys are like, damn, bro, this drawing sucks. It looked good. But then when they dive in, it was not good because there was a lot of issues. You couldn't color block it. And so anyway, I learned, and so they said, all right, learn how to do this. Here's how you do it. And I was dreading it. I was like, oh God, this is so complicated. But then I started to embrace it. When they taught me how to do it, I was like, well, I can get into this very much. And now I like it. It's just like a video game. You just complete it. You just have to complete the video game. I'll save that. So just whenever you're in one of those situations, oh, I hate doing this, just try to embrace it and just love it. And life becomes better. Life becomes way better. I remember like homework and stuff from school. I embraced it. That was a lot of work. I was in transport design, and transport design is, they don't fuck around. I mean, it's hardcore. It's probably the most hardcore design class you can do. So I did it, and so yeah, they broke our balls with homework, but we loved it so much. We're like, bring it on, man, bring it on. So you know, I learned to change my mind. When I first went to college and I dropped out and started raving and everything, you know, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do all this homework, you know. And then I came back after I raved out a lot, and then I came back with a whole different attitude, and I'm like, I'm going to embrace everything, and embraced everything, and just totally won the whole situation at the end. All right, so now we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope the people that are missing are going to watch this video because they're going to need it. What we're doing is we're going to do simple bag. You can either follow along and watch, or you can sketch with me. Now, I think the smartest move, I could do this in hand drawing, but I think the smartest move is to do it on computer, because computer is easier, and I'm just going to go in there with computer I'm just going to draw a simple bag and show you how to do this. So pay attention. I'm going to go into Photoshop, and mine's going to be rough because I only have a short time to do this. So this is going to be your homework, is to do an orthographic drawing. And so I could do it in Illustrator, but I'm going to go into Photoshop. So I'm going to do it in Photoshop, or I could do it. What would you prefer? Procreate or iPad or Photoshop?
iPad.
Okay, Michaela?
Photoshop.
Jana?
Probably iPad.
Anthony?
Yeah, iPad for me as well.
Steve?
I'm gonna say iPad.
All right, it is. And I know Lauren's going to say Photoshop because she just went out and said she's getting her Wacom. She borrowed a Wacom from the school. So obviously she's going to be wanting Photoshop. But it really doesn't matter because it's more the concept of how to execute it. So I'm going to go into iPad. Now, Photoshop is actually a little bit better than iPad for this particular drawing, but we'll still manage to do it pretty nicely. And I'll tell you why. It's because Photoshop's a little more anal, isn't it? It's a little more, Procreate is more kind of, sketchy, get your ideas out quick and effectively, but it's not as accurate as Photoshop. And you probably have learned that over the time. But we can do it in iPad and it'll come out still good enough. So I'll share my iPad for you. My iPad storage is full. You can free up space on your iPad by managing your storage. Yeah, unfortunately, when I bought the iPad, I got the 64 gigabyte one because I thought before I had the 256. I filled up very little on the 256. And so when I got my new iPad, replacing the old one that I lost at the airport, I thought I don't need that big one. I'm gonna go for the cheapest iPad Pro. So I got 64, and now I'm kicking myself because I'm out of space. But let's just see. You know what? I think I'm gonna take off a couple of apps first. I'm gonna take off GarageBand. I like that on the airplane. Sorry, just bear with me while I take books. I'm gonna take that off. I don't need that. Reinstall delete app. I don't need books. I never read books on here. Delete app. Sorry about this. LinkedIn. Screw LinkedIn. Delete that. Messenger. Facebook. Nope. You leave that. Get out of there. Facebook. I'll be with you in just a sec, guys. Just because I can't use my iPad yet. Chrome. WeChat. I'll get rid of WeChat. I don't use it on this. Photoshop on iPad. I haven't used it recently, but I really don't like it. Messages, Skype. I probably need that. Behance, I need that. If you're on the iPad, download the Behance app for sure, because I take my iPad and show my work very easily, and the Behance app is really good for that.
What is it called?
Behance. Behance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Behance. That, and you download. There's two apps it comes with. It comes with the Behance app, so you can upload your work and download your work easily. But then also the other app comes with it, and I think it's called Showcase, and basically it's just a very clean format where you just swipe through your work very easily, and it's easy to show people your work. But this Premiere Rush, honestly, I don't even know what it is, but it's a new new Adobe app. Pages, I don't need Pages. Get rid of all that. I've just got to free up the space on my iPad. I apologize for this, but it'll be shortly. It'll be done quickly. FaceTime, I need tips. I don't even know what tips are. I'll keep that because it does tell me tips. I need Canon Print, Apple Store, I'll keep that. iTunes, I'll keep that. I think I might have cleared off enough space. Google Earth, I'll get rid of that. It's only 300. Now, let's go for the big stuff. Procreate's my biggest file. It's 14 gigs. Photos, I don't need Drive. I'm not getting rid of that. Fresco. All right, I hope I have enough space. Should I get rid of all my photos? 2 gigs, 3 gigs. I have a problem with iPads. I don't know how they work in terms of all the filing system. It's really annoying. But I think my photos are backed up. So hold on, I'm gonna just delete my photos. Photos. Yep, I'm getting rid of this. How do I select? One sec. Select. Delete. Trash. I'm just about there. That's really annoying sometimes that it links up to my computer and it downloads the images I have on my computer onto my iPad. I need to stop that. Okay, trash. Delete 252 items. Yes. Hey, so those of you, is there a way to empty trash, or is it on iPad? Do you know?
I'm not sure actually. I'm not.
Same here. Okay. Oh, there. I got rid of some. Okay, good. I think I've got enough space. I'm just going to select a few more and just delete them. Delete. These items will be deleted from your iCloud photos on all your devices. Oh, jeez. I don't need that. All right. I'm going to see if this works anyway. Hope it doesn't crash. Let's go. All right. Share screen. Screen. I'm going to share my iPad screen. Or actually, maybe I could put this onto, all right. Got my desktop, so I can share my iPad through QuickTime. QuickTime, file, new movie recording. And let's choose my iPad. Okay, there. Okay, and I'm gonna stop the recording because I don't want to record this. It uses up a lot of, so there's the recording stopped. There's my iPad. I'm gonna start a new drawing. I'm gonna go screen size. Oh, square. No, let me do, I want screen size, not that. New screen size, not square. Okay, there we go. Okay. Bag. I'm just gonna do a really simple bag. So I'm gonna do I got a new layer. Let me just sketch something out first. So I'll just sketch something out. Something really simple. Let me just do a little 3D thing. Simple flap. Cross section. It's gonna be the type of something super easy. So this is gonna be one piece of leather that goes down and around. Okay. It's gonna be simple leather, put in that leather thickness. See, this is where this stuff comes in really handy when you're drawing that leather thickness and stuff. It really makes you understand the back better. Okay, some simple handles. It's just a simple piece of leather coming up and around, just stitched on. And some leather thickness in there. So that's stitched on. I'll put an X in there just to show it's stitched in. Leather Velcro underneath, a big strap of leather Velcro. So I'm going to do that with a dotted line because you don't see it. It's on the other side. So big piece of Velcro on the other side. What other simple things? Okay. Okay, so there's this piece of leather, and then there's another piece of leather that's here, and it goes inside. So it's stitched in there. That's just the gusset. And I will choose that brush, just put it in stitching. It goes around there, and it goes around here. So the most simplest bag I could do, and maybe a strap. But I don't, let's just put in a strap. I don't know if I'll put this in, but let's see if I have time. So strap, here's this strap holder thing. And then a piece of leather, a piece of hardware goes around. And then the strap comes up. The same this side. I'll just draw that strap. That's it. That's the bag. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so move this off to the side. Put that over here so I know what I'm doing. Okay, there's my super simple bag. All right. New layer. I'm gonna do a simple. So now the thing is here, everything's got to line up. So be very careful about lining stuff up. It's very important. That's the whole one of the whole points of these drawings is lining things up. So actually, there's a drawing aid in here. It's called Canvas Drawing Guide. Turn the drawing guide on, and here you got a grid system, and that's the default. You can go to edit drawing guide, but I don't need to edit it. I'm not going isometric. I'm not going perspective. I'm not going symmetry. I'm going 2D grid. That's good enough for me, and that will keep me. You can't even see it. That'll keep me square. But let me just adjust it a little bit because it's so light you can't see it. 2D grid, thickness, grid size, thickness, opacity. Oh, grid size, make that much smaller. Okay, there we go. Thickness. Okay, there we go. Now, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. I wonder if I can blow this up. Yeah, okay. Right, so that's gonna help. Steve, that's especially for you. Line up your stuff. All right, new layer. Start off with the simples. And I think it might even lock. Oh, it doesn't. I can turn on drawing assist. And if you go into leather, if you go into layer and you go into click on the layer, drawing assist, now it should stick. It sticks. Yeah, it sticks to my grid. So I guess this is a kind of a stiff bag. So start off with some basic shape of the front of the bag. Oh, a little bit longer. Proportions matter. Okay, that's the core of my bag. I wonder how many layers I can do. So if I click over here, because I want to see how many layers I can do. If I click onto crop and resize, I have 91 layers available. It just disappeared, sorry, but I have 91 layers, so I'm kind of good. All right, next I'm gonna do another layer. This is the flap on top. So I'm gonna use, oh, I need that drawing. I don't need the drawing guide. I'm not going to use that drawing guide because what it can do is slows you down. But since I have a grid underneath, I can see what's going on. And here's the flap. Little rounded corners. And with any luck, I can fill this up with white, hopefully. So let's just see if I did that correctly. Come on, baby. There we go. Wait, no, I filled up the whole darn thing. Crank this up a little bit so I can fill it in because you kind of need to fill things in so you can get rid of lines. So black, full blast. Go white and fill that up. There, okay. You know, I'm gonna fill up the background too. This one right here. I need to go darker, so I'm just gonna go in here. Oop, not white. Black. If you hold down this button, if you hold down this swatch thing, you hold it down, it automatically goes back to your previous color. So hold it down. It's gonna be useful. So this layer is already assisted, so it makes perfect lines. And let's fill it up with white. Drag it over, and now it should theoretically be filled with white. But just to confirm, let's make a background, have a little bit of color. There we go. Okay. Here's my basics of the bag. Okay, I'm gonna do a new layer. And you know what? I'm gonna get into a drawing guide a little bit here because I want this to be symmetrical. So I'm gonna go into my drawing guide, edit drawing guide, and now I'm gonna go symmetry right here. Symmetry, I'm gonna hopefully put this in the middle of my bag. I'm eyeballing it. I hope that's in the middle of my bag. Okay, done, because I'm starting to put in handles and whatever. And I want it to be symmetrical. So there, let's go black, hold that down. There, and I'm gonna fill it up with white. So I'm gonna hold that down, put that in here, and I hope it fills up. There we go. So I've got my handle. Oh, Velcro. I go new layer, and I'll choose my stitching stuff down here. Stitching, I've downloaded that. Let's just test it. Oh, wait, why is it not working? Okay, new layer and stitching. Let's just see how that works. Yes, it works. And I'm just gonna go around here. It's this whole bottom part. Velcro underneath. Then stitching on either side. Let's put in some feet. I'll just do all of this on the same layer. Little feet down here. Oh, I want black, full blast. There. There are little feet. And then I want this strap thing. This I will do on a new layer. I want the strap thing to come. And I want this to be layer assisted. So because it's going to be the same on both sides, might as well do them both at the same time. So there, click on that, layer assist, drawing assist, excuse me. And that's going to come up here. It's going to go up here. And don't forget to add that layer thickness. And hopefully it worked on both sides. Yes, it did. And with that layer, I'm just going to shift it over. So if you want to be very careful when you're shifting stuff on Procreate, you can either do it by fingers and just do this, undo, or this is the, oh, I've already got it centered nicely, but what if it's off a little bit like this, okay? And just with your pencil or finger, just tap to the right and or left, and it just goes pixel by pixel. So that's cool. And actually this is a little bit underneath. It's underneath the bag. It's actually underneath this little piece because my ends, my gussets poke in a little bit. So I'm gonna move this underneath my bag layer there. Okay, so now it looks like really how it would be. These details matter. Otherwise, they're gonna make you a really crappy prototype. Your boss is gonna be so pissed. And besides, when you're looking for jobs, you're gonna wanna see that you do this, be able to do this. So this is an important skill. I think that's my bag. And you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see who's coming in. Let's see. I'm gonna put a boot on this because it's too boring for me. So I'm gonna go back to my original sketch right here. And I'm gonna put a boot in there. Come on, baby. There, don't forget to put that extra thickness layer in there. So here's the boot. And put in the stitching. Hey, also if you're able to do drawings like this, you automatically get a pay hike. The more skills you have going into the job market, the higher they pay you. If you go in there with sawed-off skills, then they don't give you that much money. All right, got my boot. Oh, no, I'm gonna put my boot on now. New layer in front. Let's just draw this just black, so the boot. Why do I not see that? Just delete that. New layer. Oh, I know it's gotta be on top here. Okay, here we go. Boot time. Oh, choose a brush that works. Full blast. And I'm also going to fill this in with white as well. So I'm going to go over that whole thing. And fill it with, I'm going to fill it with a different color. Okay, there we go. So there's my bag. Side view, and I don't really have much more else to put on there. Next. You know what? I'm going to go down to the bottom here, and I'm going to make a little grid. Make a little grid so I can see. Okay, let's go back to that drawing assist. Drawing assist. Edit drawing guide, and this time I want that 2D grid done. So now I can line everything up nicely. So here's this new layer, black, full blast. So I'm just lighting up that top piece. And this is going to be a little bit curved, actually. So I'm going to start with the flap, I think. So the flap kind of comes down to about here, and it's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the flap. It comes down here, goes across, and then I'm going to go all the way down here. Okay, that's my flap. And let's do another drawing of, so this is where, see this line right here? They're right in here. That is where my gusset is. So I'm going to put that in here. So unfortunately, you got to get in there a little bit and draw the leather thickness. Oops, it's not lined up. Let's just line it up so it's a little bit more right in there, a little bit lower. Now it's important, this is part of your homework, is to put in all this leather thickness. It's super important, and I've mentioned it from day one. You have to do this. Okay, so how this bag is constructed, that's a exterior leather flap, and then also there's this other interior piece, gusset, which is another piece of leather. Let's put the bottom on this. And I don't have to make sure all the lines are straight because this is a leather softish bag. But anyway, so there's the leather. Okay, and then there's another leather layer on top, as you know how bags are constructed. So I'm gonna put it in here because I need room. I also need room for my Velcro. So there's the side view. So right in here, it's very confusing, but my Velcro comes from here and here. So I'm gonna make that just solid black. Traditionally, I just make Velcro solid black. Okay, so that's Velcro. There's my bag. Oh, now let's erase out some parts because you've got to get into that nitty gritty. How is this thing gonna be constructed? So it goes like this. And you know, this is a very classic, and there's stitching right in here. There's stitching right in here. And there's stitching going all the way through these two pieces. Okay, great. So that's the side of my bag. Let us put on that handle. So the handle, I noticed is like right here. And it goes down. And then there's the leather right in here, that thickness. So that's the leather thickness of the handle. Okay, so that's my handle. Side view is, oh, and don't forget, I'm gonna do a new layer for this because I'm gonna have to get in there. This is the attachment, how the strap is attached. Just a super easy. And I'll put stitching in later. So that's where my handle attaches. I've got all my pieces. I got my boot. Now I'm going to just do a whole layer of stitching. I love this layer. I love doing this part because it's so easy. This is the stitching layer. And normally I put all the stitching onto one layer because it's easy to Photoshop it. It's easy to Photoshop it at a later date, but we're not going to go there yet. But you can bevel and emboss it. There's a thing called pillow emboss, which makes this makes the stitching look really realistic. So there's that. Let's put in the old proverbial X. My boot is stitched down. Everything is good. All right. So let me erase out some of these little silly lines I put in because I had to basically measure stuff. So let me find out where that layer is. There we go, right there. That, and I'm gonna erase out all of these little lines because that was just for me to just eyeball where stuff lines up. Oh, hey, look at that. I forgot something. So this leather boot, and this is, you have to think about this stuff. You have to think all the steps. So, right, the leather boot, actually, even though I did the shape in here for the gusset thing, the leather boot is gonna go over that. So a new layer, I want a nice studio pen. So there, the boot is here, and so it goes here. And it goes around. And it goes around here, and it goes up here. And it goes here. And don't worry, I'll fill it all in with that color that my boot is. There we go. And if you're in the eyedrop, I use this little thing right here, an eyedropper it, and now I'm just going to drag that in. Hopefully it fills it up. Yep, it does. Cool. Oh, it didn't fill up that last part. So there's my boot. And I'm cool with that bag being constructed like that. It's a little bit haphazard, but it'll be fine. Okay, next. Oh, my feet. I forgot the feet. And I'll just make a new layer. I'll just put these little feet in here. There. There. Okay, side done. Might as well fill it up with white. So let's find all of those areas. There's my side view. I'm gonna go white and just fill that all up there. Just makes me feel good. Oh, did the wrong thing. There, there. All right. Oh, and the handle. Oh, wait, where is the handle? I'm getting to the point where I'm going to merge all this stuff together pretty soon because it's already getting confusing. All right, there we go. There. There. All right, side view done. I mean, end view, shall I say. End view done. Well, I'm at the point where I need to do a top view. So I have to shift that whole stuff down. And you know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to go into Canvas, crop resize. And I'm going to crop it this way, but I'm going to open it up on the top. So there, and then let's open it. Oh, not that. Cancel. Let's try that one more time. Crop and resize. Hello. Hello. Crop and resize. Do that. Now, oh, there we go. There we go. Because I'm just gonna done. All right, now I got a little room on the top. So let's start drawing that stuff in. New layer, top, and black, and just line that stuff up. So this is the flap. Now this is a funny little thing right here. Let me just, I'm gonna merge all this down. I'm gonna merge it all together because I need to show you some stuff that is needed. So swipe all this stuff and it's easy to merge it all together. I hope I'm not hurting myself, but it is what it is. Group. Click on that.
Wait, how would you select them?
How do I select those?
Like all of them at once?
Oh, what you do is, let's just, let me undo collapse. Let's just see what I did. Oh, hold on, let's just undo. So undo group items, undo select layers. Okay, there. So what happens is you select one layer anywhere. You can select one in the middle. It doesn't matter. But let's just go, and then then you swipe right.
Oh. Okay.
Swipe right, and that's how you can deal with a lot of stuff. So for example, you do that, and you can move all of that stuff now. You can move all of that, or you can merge it all together. So okay, glad you asked. Oh, this is what I was going to do. So I am going to merge this stuff. So I have it all selected like this, right? And so you go to group up here. There's a layers, delete, group. I'm going to group it. There, now it's a group. And now I'm going to close it. So this little thing right here, I'm going to close that group. Not close it, but put it all, stuff it into one area. And I'm just going to flatten it. I'm just going to flatten this thing, and so click on that, flatten. So now it's just one piece. Because I'll tell you why. I'm going to have to duplicate the side view. So here's freehand. I'm going to cut this thing off. I'm not going to cut it off. Sorry, I'm going to duplicate it. So I got it outlined. Swipe down, copy, and now I'm going to swipe down again with 3 fingers and paste. So it's just pasted on top. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it, bring it up here. Come on. Bring it up here. Make sure it's kind of square. There we go. So because I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that in a few minutes when I start doing the the top view. All right, now let's start doing the top view. I'm gonna make a new layer, pen, and so the flap kind of comes up here. I'm just kind of just eyeballing it. And so there, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. That's why I have this side view here. I mean, this view, so I can eyeball it, make sure it's the same thickness. So this is just a flap. And it starts to dive in a little bit. If I were to, I'm making a layer. So here's the corner, right? So I got to kind of account for that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just kind of draw a little line here to show where it starts to join in. So let's go back to my bag layer, and it kind of goes up here and then it kicks in. Oops. So let me show you. And then let me erase out this other stuff. So that's how that kind of works. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to do a little dotted line to show where it dives in at the bottom. And go back to my bag sketch. I mean the top view. I will put a line in here, but I will start to, because it dives in at the bottom. And I will erase out this. So, you know, you kind of create construction lines and erase out. So that's what that looks like. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to, no, I think I'm just going to fill this up now with, oh, no, hold on. Let's draw in the top view. Well, I'll just fill this in white now. Hold on. There's the bag. I hope it fills up. Yep. All right, there's that. So there's a layer underneath, so which is the construction of the bag. And I need to actually turn this flap down, you know, opacity temporarily, just so I can see what's going on underneath. Because, and I am going to turn on the symmetry for this also. So new layer underneath, go black. That's what my line drawing is. And go to symmetry, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, symmetry. There we go. And I'm going to put that in the middle of the bag. Oop. I hope I'm eyeballing it. It's not going to be accurate, but it'll be fine. But this is something where Photoshop is actually better, I have to say. It's a little more accurate with this stuff, but for now it's fine. So I'm just lining up. Okay. And then it comes up. You can't see me doing this, but I'm actually lining up. This is the gusset. This is the back piece. And the flap, this is the flap. But I'm just gonna do this again and hold it straight so it stays straight. Okay. So there's that. Let me turn on my, oh, okay, before I do that, so remember the leather stitched right in here. So let's put in the top piece. Wow, what the hell is that? That's kind of cool. I don't know what that is, but okay. Anyway, there's that. So let me turn my flap back up. Okay, so there, you get to see a little bit of the corners right in here. You get to see a little bit of those corners because that's how it would look. You know, you're going to see that. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn off my top, and I'm just going to fill all these parts in with white. Drag that in to all of those little areas. Oh, it's all done. I think it's because the symmetry tool's on. So let me just get rid of all of those weird dotted lines that are annoying. There and there. Okay. So there, that's where all my dotted lines are. I'm going to erase those now. And where else are these lines? There. Okay, any other lines? Yeah, and that's another thing that's a little bit annoying, that Photoshop's better. It's better at finding layers than this. Okay, oh, that. So I have to keep switching on and off just to find the layers. And maybe there's a faster way of doing it, but I Googled it really a lot and I couldn't find anything. All right, so far so good. I'm gonna make a new layer and I'm gonna draw up the handle. I'm gonna stop the share for just a second, see who's coming in, what's going on. Hey, guys.
Yeah, how's it
So good. Sorry you're late, man. You missed out on a lot of stuff already.
going? Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, so basically we're doing what's it called? Oh God. Not isometric drawing, orthographic drawings. We need to be able to do orthographic drawings. Actually, you can watch the video because I'm in the middle of it now. But anyway, we're doing orthographic drawings. Your homework is to do an orthographic drawing. So, so next we're gonna go move on to the. Oh, let me put you in. So let me hold on. Let me just adjust the attendance roster. Excuse me, class. 1 second. CCS Blackboard. Attendance roster today is 11:10. Oh my God, we've including today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've only got 10 days of class, 5 weeks of school left. Okay. Visual communication, fashion accessories, 11:05, no, 11:10. 11:10. So who's in here? Anthony, I think I got you. Anthony, yes, I got you. Cameron, I got you for sure. Jemiah, I think I got you. Jemiah, pretty sure I did. Oh, Jemiah, no. Okay. Present. Let's just do a roll call. Jacob, Emmett. Jacob, are you with us? Jacob, you're here. All right. Present. Camille, are you here? No, Camille. Nikki? No, Nikki. Monica's definitely not here. Greg's not here. Andrew? Dems? No, Andrew Dems, and she's not. All right, cool. Submit. Okay, it's time 9:55. This class finishes at 11:30. 9:55, 11:30. All right, cool. I'm gonna have a quick break because I'm getting a little bit confused. But okay, I'll explain what I'm doing while I have a little break. I'm just gonna grab a drink, but I got my headphones on. So, all right, those of you who missed, what we're doing is orthographic drawings. Orthographic drawings are drawings where you have to draw at least a minimum of 3 sides. 3 sides, and they all match up. And it's a technical drawing. It's virtually a legal document, and you need this to be able to get things built. It's very important to show a lot of. This is a very important drawing that you will be asked to do no matter what design you do. When you get things accepted for, you give them your first sketches. you know, your boss, your client, whoever it is, you send them for sketches, they select what it is, then you have to develop it. Now, this is the development part of the drawing stage. So, all right, your design sketches have been accepted. Now you have to send it off to China or to Italy or to Pennsylvania, wherever you're getting the thing built. So you can't just go off a little rough sketch. Sometimes you can, but you really need to, especially if you're dealing with China, which in most cases that's the case, or Vietnam, India, any of the countries where we get the cheap manufacturing. You got to send these drawings off, and you have to give them concrete drawings because it's going to cost the company a fortune if you don't. If you give them vague drawings, your boss will say, you're not sending that because it'll cost us a fortune, because if you give them vague drawings, those guys over there are going to make you a pile of crap. They don't understand what you want. They're going to interpret it how they want to interpret it. They might use the cheaper materials. They might make it, they'll just make it easier for them. So if you really want something done correctly, you have to draw it out correctly. And this drawing is probably the drawing, this orthographic drawing, where you can depict all of that stuff. And so it basically consists of 3 views, at minimum 3 views, a top view, front view, and a side view. That's a bare minimum. And that is if everything is symmetrical. But generally you need 4 views, because I'm drawing a bag right now. The front is different from the back. So I have to do a separate drawing for the back, because the front, I've got a flap and I've got this stuff, and the back has really nothing. The sides both are the same, so I don't need to draw that again. I just draw one side of the bag because it's got a loop to attach your straps and that type of thing. So that's going to be symmetrical. Don't need to repeat that. I would technically need to do a bottom view as well, because I have feet. The top view and the bottom view are different. The top view of this bag has, what does it have? Let me share with you. The top view of the bag has, here you'll see. And I just got started on this. There is my iPad. Oh, here it is. Okay, so basically, the top view and the bottom view are different, because the top view, I haven't finished it, but the top view has a handle on it, and then the bottom view has feet, little feet down there. So wherever there's asymmetricality, you have to draw that view. Now the thing is, if you do not draw these views, they're going to assume, and if they assume stuff, you're in trouble, because they're going to assume you want this and want that. And if you have a long-lasting relationship with that bag company or bag prototyper, they can assume stuff because they know you very well. But if you're just sending it off to a Chinese factory who's trying to build this thing, they are going to rape you so bad. And how they do this is they assume that, all right, let's use the cheap materials. Oh, he didn't or she didn't specify that, so let's just do this. And then it comes out a mess, and it costs the company a fortune. It not only costs the company a fortune because each prototype you get built is a good few $1,000s. It's not only that, that's a small price to pay, but time is money, and it's going to delay the whole darn situation by a few weeks. They'll have to, oh, you didn't tell us that. And they're all, those people who are building your bag, they're in their right to say that. They're totally in their right to say, well, you didn't describe it, so we just did this. And therefore, you cannot punish that company for being late. You cannot punish that, and you have to pay the bill for building that prototype. And your boss is going to be super pissed because now the collection is delayed a week, blah, blah, blah. They plan this out a whole year in advance. And so these drawings are important. You don't do them, then, well, you're going to have to do them. There's no doubt about it. Your boss is going to make you do them. So it's important to learn to do this. And so we're just working today on a very basic bag, the most simplest bag I could do, more or less, and just showing you how to line things up and get your measurements correct and this type of stuff. And that's what your homework is going to be for Tuesday next week. Now, this should be one, I mean, you think this is one page, but actually it's not, it's multiple pages. So here's what oh God, I really have to go through. You should watch the video from at the beginning, because I was describing all this stuff and how you put in these. I just described the crap out of how the whole system works. So I'm not going to do that again. So you're going to have to watch the video. But that's what we're doing. We're doing orthographic drawings, and yeah. So bear with me. I'm just going to go to the bathroom for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okie dokie. You can see my screen? Okay, then I'll continue on. So I'm on the top view right now. And hey, so please watch the video, the beginning part, because I was showing you, because you're gonna have to do 5 pages of something. And I don't want you to do something as easy as this, because this is super easy. So let me see if I can demonstrate, but just watch the video. All right, so now what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing the handle on top. So I'm gonna line this up. I'm gonna make a new layer, go black. And I just do these little dotted lines just for visual, just so I know roughly where it is. And then I've got a symmetry tool somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna go in a new layer and turn on the symmetry tool, the drawing assist right here. And it should give me, yep, it's basically giving that symmetrical stuff. So that's how wide my strap is. And I'm gonna just draw that in. There we go. That's my, no, I should have done that on a new layer because I have all that crap underneath. So new layer and turn on that drawing assist. There we go. And I'll draw that in. It's roughly about the right size and both sides. And I'll fill it up with white. And I'll just get rid of these layers. Delete this, delete. Okay, there's my, oh, look at my line, it's so crappy. Let me just try this again. Let's go back to that layer up here and go black. It's what it is, it's cool. It's cool, whatever. And I'm going to, I'm black here. Just lining up where that where that handle starts to transition, right in there. And now I'm gonna go on a new layer and I'm going to put in the stitching. I'm gonna find my stitching brush back in here. There's my stitching brush. And I put in my proverbial little X stuff there. Oh, I should have turned on the symmetry, but it's fine. I don't mind doing this. And then stitches all the way across because I want that to look halfway decent. So there's my handle. And I think I can delete all this stuff underneath. Oh, eraser. And it must be on the other layer. There we go. So that's my handle. So there's, I got the top view of my bag. Oh, and I'm not gonna forget this. I just draw these little things in here just so I can just get the right sizes. So everything's got to line up. And this is the piece that pokes out, which is the for the hardware. And I'm going to fill that in with white too. Let's just close that. I hope it fills up with white. Oh, there's a little pixel in there that's not completely closed. Let's just do that. And I'll close it with white. Okay, there, and then brush. I'm going to get my stitches because you need to put your stitches in. Goes in, oh, go black. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's the two pieces. The where the hardware attaches. So unfortunately, I put it all on the wrong layers. So I'm just going to cut out this part in here. Cut and paste. And now my these guys right here. I'm going to bring them right down underneath the white stuff that I have. I guess there. Okay, there we go. And might as well erase out my little sketches, my little construction sketches. Okay, so top is done. Now we're going to do the bottom. Oh, and now I think, okay, this is going to be kind of cool. So I'm going to get all my top joined together. So I'm going to merge this down, merge down. So I'm going to put that whole top onto a layer. Get rid of that. There, I'm going to merge this down. Merge down. Let's just see. That's nearly my whole top. You know, it would be smart because right now this is just a flap. And I think it'd be smart to duplicate. So let's turn that off. What's this? And I'm going to take that and I'm going to duplicate it because that's a useful drawing. That shows the interior without the flap. So I'm going to duplicate that. If I merge this down onto it, if I merge this down, merge down, hold on, let's undo that. Turn that on. And then where's the top? Let's just undo all that stuff. Just undo. There we go. So be smart about how you're doing your drawings, because here's my top. If I merge that down onto this, if I merge that down onto that, I've lost this drawing. I've lost this drawing right here. So I'm going to duplicate it because I might need that later. So when you're doing these drawings, you can reuse a lot of these elements multiple times. So in this case, since I already have a copy of the inner, I'm going to merge that down. So now I'm safe. Merge down. All right, there's the whole top. And now this layer, which you can't really see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. I need some space underneath. I need some space down here. I need some space down here to be able to put the bottom view. So I'm going to adjust the canvas, crop and resize, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger down here. And I'll take a little off the top because I'm running out of space as far as I'm running out of layers. So done. All right, now this layer here, I'm going to take it, I'm going to move it down. And you know what, it's easier. So there's these freeform stuff down here. If you press uniform and snapping, magnetics, it'll pull it down straight. So let's just try to do this. Oh, it's not working. Let's try it not snapping, which normally works. Distance. I don't know how this is. This has changed. Magnetic. All right, I'm gonna just turn all that off. Oh, freeform. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do it manually then. Come on, why is it not working? Okay, turn that off. I have found this. I don't know if it's a bug. I think it's a bug that. Okay, undo that. Okay, shoot, it's kind of stuck. Undo. Reset. Okay, there we go. And I just want to get rid of this thing. I don't want that anymore because it's just freeform. Uniform. Gosh. Snapping. Oh man. All right, well, okay, I'm gonna just go out of here. Screw this. I am stuck. All right, I'm just gonna get out of here. I hope it saves. Please save. Okay, stop that. Let's try this again. Okay, there. So let's just take this layer. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Okay, so that should all be lined up. So that's the interior of my back. You know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna duplicate it because I might make that brown. I might add pockets in there. So I'm gonna just do that for now. I'm just gonna move it over here because I might want to put pockets in there. That's part of this tech pack stuff. This is this is called a tech pack. And you know what? I also have this lid right here. Oh, but I merged all together. Whatever. So I'm going to go back to this drawing right here, and this is the bottom view. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply make a new layer. I'm just going to go black, just line that up. And let's just make sure I'm not on the stitches there. Just lining this up and this. So now I'm just going to make the base. And I'm going to fill it up with this color right here. Just hopefully it fills up. Okay, there's my bottom. And I will erase out all these little sketchy things just so I can line it up. Now I'm going to put in my feet. And it should line up here. So a foot here, foot here, and then here, foot here, foot here. Okay, and I'm going to erase out these little sketches, these little helpful lines. So that's the bottom. There's nothing on the bottom. Maybe I put a logo on the bottom. Let's just put a logo down there. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't even do that on the, I, okay, well, I'll just leave it. It's super simple. So, and this one here, I use, so what I did was, unfortunately, I don't know if you were here or not, but this thing right here, you have to duplicate it and then turn it around like I did right here, so you can line up all your stuff correctly. Line up, yeah, there's that. You know, you can line it all up, and that's how you line it up, by just duplicating that particular piece, but you don't need it anymore. So I'm just gonna shut it down. So there. So now I've got my top, got my front, got my bottom, got my side, and now I need to do a back view. So how I'm going to do that is increase the size of my canvas, crop resize, and bring it out here. You know what, the best way is not this way. The best way is to do it like this. Bring it down. Done. Oh, shoot. Oh, my bad. Okay, one more attempt. Here we go. There. And let's bring that down. 54 layers available. Done. Okay, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole right here. I'm just going to cut this out. See, this is what I mean. You can get so many drawings. Oops. You can get so much mileage from just one drawing. Okay. And I'm going to cut this out. Swipe down, cut and paste, and bring it down. I thought I copied and pasted it. Let's see. Cut and paste. All right, let's just paste again. Paste on top, paste, paste, paste. There we go. Oh, not that. Let's try one more time. There's my bag. Duplicate. I'm going to bring it down. Okay, now in this case, this is the back. So I am going to draw a line, black line, across here. And I'm going to erase all of this stuff. Oh, I'm going to go white. I'm just going over this because this is the back of the bag. You won't see that flap. Okay. So that's the bag, the back of the bag, because you won't see that flap, but you will see everything else will be the same, I think. Let's just put some stitching in here. Right up here, there's going to be some stitching. Let's go black. because you got to stitch down that flap there, and I'll do a couple of stitches. I'll do a couple of stitches because it looks a little better and stronger. So that's the back. And I got the, so let's make a new layer. Choose a brush, and this is just for you guys, but you're gonna have to do this as well. So top, front, bottom, back, side. And this in here is going to be inside. All right. I'll clean up the drawing after I'm done. So here's the inside. Let's say I want to make the inside of this bag brown. So there's the thing. And so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to, oh, so this is, let's just make sure that I'm on the right layer. So this is where I can start putting in things like pockets. So this is a pocket. Obviously, you're going to do it a little bit nicer than me, but I'm in a very, I have to do this quickly for you guys. So those are pockets. And let's just fill this thing up with brown. Let's just say it's brown inside. So I'll choose a brown. And let's just fill that up. Oh, so why is it not doing that? Let's just make sure it's all there. There must be a pixel hole somewhere, which I cannot see. I cannot see where that's missing. Let's try one more time, but if it didn't work the first time, it's not gonna work the second time. And definitely on this layer. Okay, let's just go over this again, but sure. Oh, here's a better idea. This is what I'm gonna do. You wanna mess, I'm gonna go underneath there. I'm gonna go brown. And I'm just gonna go in here like this. You can't see what I'm doing because it's underneath. Okay, I'll just do it here. Fill that all in. So that's the interior of my bag. So I'm gonna flatten this whole thing now because I basically got all my parts. Or even better, before you flatten it, because you might need this again later, because you're gonna find out that you don't want to murder yourself by flattening it all. So what you do is, and particularly this software, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that drawing right here, this drawing right here, and we're gonna select it and duplicate. So now we've got two versions. So in case I screw one up, I've always got a backup. So there we go. I'm gonna flatten all this. So I'm gonna grab that, swipe along here to flatten all these. And group, click on that and flatten. So now everything's all together. Now I can kind of just, since it's all on together, I can erase out and clean up my drawing. So I'll do this, all these little messes, any little things. Okay. So this is the basic tech pack of how to do a tech pack. Oh, let's just go new layer, front, merge down. Now let me think what else. All right, so I'd expect you also to get into other details. Now, don't do something simple as this because this is so damn easy. I did this in an hour and a half, 2 hours. So go in there a little bit more and put in some other things because you're going to have to do some other pages because I still need 5 pages. So in this case, here's a couple. You know what? I think I'm going to there, and I'll do this one. This is the hardware. You know, I think I'll make this hardware red just to pop off. And you can get artistic with this stuff as well. You don't have to necessarily, well, it depends, but the strap is something different. So it's a little asymmetrical. Okay, so now here's this. I'm gonna, underneath this red stuff, those are the hardware pieces. Oh, well, since I'm doing all the hardware pieces in red, might as well do them all with the same brush, line them all up. That's one hardware piece. This is another hardware piece. And I might as well put this underneath my bag because then it'll go underneath. There we go. Except for these guys. I'm gonna copy and paste. That needs to go on top. So put that on top. All right, that's my hardware. Oh, and I forgot about this one as well. So B for brush. I'm thinking of Photoshop. And that's hardware there. And I'm just gonna erase this one out simply because I don't have it sorted out in my layers. Okay, so that's my hardware. I'm gonna make a new layer and I'm gonna do a strap. And I'm gonna do something a little bit crazy with the strap, and it's an experiment. I'm gonna make this strap. I'm gonna use the same color as the base right down here. So this is gonna be an experiment just for me. I just wanna see how it works. So I'm gonna do a new layer. Let's cancel, sorry. New layer, that color. But this brush, I'm gonna do a calligraphy brush because maybe I can get, let me test this out. Okay, so how do I want this? All right. Make a little bit thinner this brush. I'll move that down to underneath my bag. That's my strap. Now let's try something else. Make a new layer. I'm gonna use that same brush. Oh, oops. It's my strap. One more attempt. Okay, and now I'm gonna get off that brush. I just really just wanted to try out that tool there. So thank you for allowing me. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go back to my normal brush, and now I can get in there and like just start erasing out and just fine tuning this little. It's just I'm gonna join these two, merge down, and just I start erasing out just to kind of make it look halfway decent. There and here. In this case, I'm gonna add. Okay, there's my strap there, and then also here. As you know, the strap goes like this, goes around and inside, and this too. Okay, and I'm gonna erase out some stuff. Just to make it look a little nicer. And then showing how it's built by showing those layers. As in, I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna go black. Now I'm gonna get in there a little bit detailed because, as you know, you have to draw this stuff. So the leather comes down in here. Okay, there's that one. There's that strap. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Oh, okay, there's my strap. And I'll put a new layer on top, and I'm going to go with my stitching. It's going to be closed here. Let's do stitching under here. That's that side, and I'll do a little bit on this side. I mean, you don't have to go 3D on this strap. It's just because I like to make it look a little bit spicier. Because otherwise these drawings get real boring real fast. So, okay, got the strap. And I'm not going to do I could do a strap right in here, but I'm not going to. And so that's basically how you do an orthographic. I'm just going to get a little bit more in there and put a line around this hardware. Okay, so that's good enough. So now I'm going to start label. Oh, this is my original sketch, but I'm going to find it on my board right here, and I'm going to cut it out and put it somewhere nice. Oh, let's not try that. Let's do a freehand. Okay, there it is. And you have to start doing call outs. So let's say felt interior. I'll make a new layer for this. Brown, felt interior. But notice how I misplaced that arrow. That should not be there. That should be in here, because inside here, pockets. And I will just fill that in with some simple lines just to help differentiate it. You know, just giving you the drawings a little bit of life and love as well. And it's also functional because now the people kind of more clearly see that it's a pocket a little bit more. Okay, inside, leather boot. Leather back, because you have to label what each of these are. And leather flap. Leather boot. Rivet. Rivet feet, I guess they're called. I can't remember. ×4. Leather boot. It's very important to just to tell what this stuff is. And you have to repeat a little bit too. What is this? This is leather. Might as well kill two birds with one stone. Leather strap. Metal hardware. If you don't label this metal, they'll think it's plastic and save themselves some money. Metal hardware here. Leather handle. If you don't say leather handle, they'll make it in nylon and piss you off. Leather handle. Okay. And leather. What's this thing called? Is this thing called a gusset? What's this thing called inside here? Hello, what's this called? What's this thing called?
That's called the gusset.
Okay, that's what I thought. Leather gusset. Leather gusset. So I've labeled most everything. So this is the most basic tech pack you can do. Well, it's very simple. It's a very simple bag as well. Before you came in, you know, I just quickly did this quick, drawing, just to show. So is everyone kind of did everyone get that and understand what I was talking about? Sorry for you guys who came late. Wow, this is a non-reactionary class.
It was good.
Okay, you understand about the lining it all up and this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you know about this, Lauren, anyway, because we've discussed this before in previous classes. But that's what the homework is to do that. And for those of you that missed, since I still have time, 10:41, I still have time. So I'm gonna share my screen again and go back to some of my hardcore. So you have to make this into five pages. Don't do a page per. Don't do one page per front, back, top. Don't do that. This has all got to be one page. That's one page. But then there's other pages you can fill in with. For example, and this is real life stuff, and I'm sorry to repeat myself, so maybe I can do some different examples. So, Oh, okay. My vector graphic. This is my vector graphic file where I have saved vector graphics for years. It's crazy. When you start getting into Illustrator, you start building up amassing a huge amount of drawings that you can reuse over and over and over. But there's a thing here called Tech Packs package. Nissan PQRS. Tech Packs. Okay, here. There we go. Let's see. Oh my God, now I can see what we're talking about. Let me find a bag for you or something similar, and I'll show you what is expected. And God, all right, let's just a sock. Let's just go here. But I might have a bag. In fact, I'm sure I've got a bag. Oh, here we go. This is not a very comprehensive drawing, but let's get in there. And this is done on Illustrator, full disclosure, so of course. But, so this was the bag. Actually, let me get the bag. So luckily, this bag got built, just one prototype, and it was done. Maybe it's 2 prototypes. But anyway, here's the bag. This is the bag I'm talking about. Actually, it's a little bit different. So this was early drawings, and then I gave this to my boss, and he says, all right, let's do some more things. No, this is a completely different bag. Now this bag is actually dope. This is a different bag. But let me tell you about this bag. Okay, this bag is designed to be, so you hang it, you can have it down here. It's enough for a 17-inch laptop. And it's just an for urban people. So this is when you're carrying it like this. And then when you fold it down, it's a backpack. So you can wear it as a backpack. So there, it's inspired by, I forgot, inside, I've got stuff inside. I do have a drawing of this somewhere, maybe I can find it. Oh yeah, and look, that's how you open it. Magnetic closures. This little hole was for something, I don't remember what that was for. Anyway, that's not the right bag. But anyway, let me show you a tech pack of a bag. So this is a rendering. Now, when you do a technical drawing, you can use this drawing and use it so many times. So, okay, here's the tech pack of the bag. See the front, where's the front? Maybe this is not a great example. This is very old. So I think what I did here was I did a rendering good enough. Here's some a couple of front ideas, and this one's a perforated. This is an empty. It's got a boot. It's got little legs, little feet. Side view. And let me just disclose to you that this is Illustrator. I don't expect you to do this because it's Illustrator, and you'll learn Illustrator next semester. But so there's a side view, and it's all Illustrator, no Photoshop. And here's me getting into the details of how this bag is constructed. And notice how, we're showing how straps get stuck underneath the strap, how the leather pieces work. And you see here how we have that piece that goes around inside the hardware and back and then reattaches. I forgot, leather protective piece. This was like, I think it's a leather piece so you don't scratch yourself. I don't remember. This is that little piece where the backpack attaches to the bottom where your butt is. Leather flap, I didn't, this is not a good example, but those are the magnetic closures. This is showing it open, nylon strap. So
Hey, Brock, we actually can't see your screen.
Oh shit, okay, good. Good. Because I'm going to show you a different thing. All right, let's try another one. But this is what I was showing you. A tech pack showing how, so this is the open, right? This is, and let's just get rid of all this. So here's what the original front view looks like. The front view of this bag, 2 options, either with perforations or no perforations. And I think I did this one quickly because I would have put in details in this, but it's fine. That's the front view. Here's the side view. I think I showed the black stuff in black dark lines because I wanted the flap to be black, I wanted the boot to be black, and I wanted the straps to be black, but this was some sort of nylon stuff. Okay, so those are the front view of the bag, the bottom view of the bag, different types of feet. This was an early drawing, I remember now, because I didn't figure out the feet yet. So getting into the side view, figuring out how all this stuff works. So for example, this is some closures, some magnetic closures. You show the strap, you show how leather pieces go over to attach the straps. They show the feet, and this is it open. So you open up that flap, and then you see all the details like magnetic closures ×3. There's a zipper right in here where you hold in like your hard drives and extra stuff. Nylon strap helps keep laptops secure in Velcro. I do have this bag somewhere. And so, you know, when the flap is open, this is the other male or female part of the magnetic closures. Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Yeah. All right, and this is the back. So you're showing the back. So I'm showing one of the backpack straps as it's constructed, but then sometimes you have to show it deconstructed. So you have an opportunity to show it twice, one where it's in reality, one where it's all stretched out, showing you know, the hardware and things like that. And you say, oh, that hardware's not done very well. Well, it's because I have an extra flap covering it because I didn't want that to touch your skin. So there's another piece of flap here, leather protective piece that's covering all of that hardware. So that's why you don't see all those straps going in and out. And then here's a thing saying 14-inch leather strap, thinly padded suede, handle construction. And then sometimes when these type of adjustments, this adjustment thing is too long, you just break it. This is supposed to be 22 inches. And if I were to really literally draw 22 inches, it'd be way out here and it'd make the drawing look ridiculous and awkward. So let's just try another drawing. Let's just see something a little more full, or not full, but like some other baggy stuff. What's that? Beach house. I don't want to show you shoe, it's just crazy. But I'm going to show you something simple. All right, let's say you're doing a bag. This is an old tech pack. Let's just wait. Okay, I'll just use the example that I showed before. So, okay, now this is a little case for a camera. This is before like camera phones were so big, big time. So everyone carrying around these little cases, and I'm repeating myself for those of you who came in late, but everyone else has heard this. So what happens is a client is going to come to you, or your boss is going to say, look, this is the biggest selling camera case in Best Buy. We went to our company to do the same and take some sales away from this company. So they send me this image and I'm like, all right, I'll design that bag. They say, basically use the same construction, the same everything, but just design it differently. So that's the thing they sent me. It's a photo ref. So you have to show photo reference of a bag that you're using. Remember I was saying that about shoes. You always need to show this. Otherwise, this is a picture is 1,000 words, isn't it? So it saves a lot of hassle by putting in that reference image. So based off that, I did these renderings. But before I did these renderings, this was such a simple bag that I don't even think I might have sketched it, but such a simple thing I could dive right into Illustrator. So there's a step before this, and that is this step. Now this is the full-blown more or less the full-blown technical drawing of that little camera case up here. It's basically this case. This is the technical drawing you have to do for this little case. So in this case, pardon the pun, this is the front, this is the back, and when you get into real work, you have to do these drawings. When you get into jobs, it's going to be one of your jobs. So you're going to do this a lot. And you send this off to China. So I've got my front of the bag right here. I've got the side of the bag right here, and I've got the back of the bag right here. This back part is going to be for, like, let's see, here's the back. This is like a belt loop, so you can stick your belt through. Maybe I should have drawn that. And all of this hardware stuff, all of this hardware is all basically outlined in this drawing. You even have to get into the nooks and crannies of telling about what is this. This is, you know, a place for you to strap on your stuff, your belts and your straps and whatever. So, and then you have photo reference, constantly show photo reference. Above, show to reference of smooth leather. I wanted some part to be smooth leather. Oh, it's this back part right in here. This was supposed to be smooth leather, and that's why I'm describing that, telling about that smooth leather stuff. So another thing is the client or the boss says, look, let's rip off this type of construction where since it's holding a camera, if it opens and it completely sprays out, then your camera could get lost. But if it opens a little bit with some elastic stuff, the camera won't fly out so easily. And so you use photo reference to show, I want my thing to look like that. This is the type of construction. This is the type of materials I want, because it says above, photo reference showing internal pocket construction, also showing desired internal lining material, which is some velvet felt stuff. Then I put a coin in this. I said I want a photo ref showing internal pocket elasticated mesh. In here is the elasticated mesh, number 4, elasticated lightweight mesh, internal pocket, see photo ref. This is the photo ref, and I put a dime in there on top of to show the scale of the holes. So let me show you how you can get a lot of bang for your buck. So for this drawing right here, this is just simple side view showing it opened, right? But I was able to use this piece and this piece many times. So this is this end piece right here, the same piece. I just cut this in half and just sprayed it open. So that's how I got this. So you can use this drawing. So I used this drawing several times. I used it for the official tech pack. Then I used those same tight Illustrator drawings for this tight Photoshop drawing. So after I did this, then I did the Photoshop drawing, looked good. And then I could use the drawing for a 3rd time for this drawing right here. I used the drawing 4th time for, this is showing how the outside is molded, because this is some sort of foam mold about like 2 or 3 millimeters thick, and it's compression molded, and that's why it's got some form in there. And so when they're doing a mold, such as they did for this, you have to describe that mold correctly. So this is the shape of the molded piece that I want. I'm really getting in there describing it. This is a cross section of a little bow. I have to show that it's a little bit bowed in the middle, and these things, so they can load this into computer-aided design and make a mold out of it. So I used that drawing 3 times, and this is a very simple product. And I'm not expecting you to do all this because we don't have Illustrator, but I'm just showing you how you can get, for this little simple thing, I have 1 page, page 2, page 3, page 4. That's 4 pages for this one thing. So you can do the same thing. Let's try something else. Let's try another product. Oh, this looks like internal pouch. I don't know what that is. That's an iPhone case. It's a gun stand. I love this thing. It's so cool. But all right. Oh, here's a super simple one. Travel bag. I don't even think this thing got made. Maybe it did. I don't know. So let's just turn off the view. Let's hide artboards. All right. Super simple travel case. So this is the front view of a travel case right here. The front view, I think these little things, these little holes are supposed to be perforations. So it's just one big piece of leather that goes, but I didn't even get detail in this tech pack. This is not a tech pack. This is just a simple diagram. And by the time, okay, I remember, by the time I've been working with this bag manufacturer for a few years by then, so they could basically understand what I was talking about. But I want to show you the efficiency in which I designed this bag. This is leather, right in here, leather. It says leather right here, right here, right here. And this whole piece is one piece. It comes, it's here, and then it folds down onto the bottom, and then it folds back onto the other side. So it's just one piece of leather folded, so that saves a bunch of time, a bunch of money. So that's we've got the whole covering in one shot right there. The same with the sides. We have this one side here, and it folds around underneath. No, it doesn't, because we have the underdone already. But anyway, so this is not really technically, this is not a tech pack. This is only the exterior. So I'm not going to show you that because you're going to think, I can get away with that. But no, you can't. Let's find something else. Sock. I think this was a cool thing. Let's see what this looks like. I hope the Photoshop's in there. Nope, Photoshop's not in there. I wish I could find the PDFs. Let's just go to sort by type. And let's see if I can find some PDFs. Oh, PDF. Oh, I showed you that PDF. I don't have any PDFs, sorry. All right, so let's see. Sock, internal pouch. What's this phone case? The bag. Well, I guess this bag is the best one. I have so many missing drawings. Acme men's shoulder bag. Let's try this. Oh, unfinished drawing. Hey, but I just want to point out, when you start doing vector graphics, you start keeping things like this. You can always reuse all this stuff. But we do that next semester, if I'm teaching you next semester. I can show you some hardcore shoe stuff. But here, maybe this is cool. Let's see what this is. Yep, this is not, these drawings are so old. I haven't even looked at them for years. Bucket. All right, well, anyway, let's just go back to this because this is the closest to tech pack you can. So here, so we got, this could be one drawing, the side and the side right here in the front. And we don't have a top view. We do have a top view here, but it's showing it open. So, you know, this is how you're going to fill up 5 pages. So this is showing here, the bag is open. You can tell with these magnets, round magnets, they're a little bit in perspective. So it shows the flap. This is leather. In here, laptop compartment, you see it's padded. So it's padding here. So this is quilted padding in here, quilted padding on this side. Extra compartment in here to hold your papers or whatever. It's padded. Flying internal pocket. So there's a pocket inside there. Shown with leather flap open, magnetic closures. Nylon strap helps keep laptop secured with Velcro. So there's that. Top view, this is an open view showing purely open. Here's the flap open. This is that nylon strap helps keep laptop secure with Velcro. The Velcro is underneath here somewhere. Some extra pockets. So this is the thing opened. You don't see any of this guts because when the flap is closed. So you don't see any of that. Leather boot. So here's a back view. So you can get four or 5 pages out of your tech pack. Just go in there. If you need to get into detail, about hardware, then do a little bit of hardware drawings. But the homework basically is do one of those drawings. This is the bare minimum, and I just had to explain how it was done by lining everything up. I'll go back to it. And if you missed the beginning of class, go and watch the video because I was really talking about how this stuff kind of works. And this is my simple iPad drawing. And you know, it took me a couple of hours. That's why I don't want you to do something as simple as this. You got to get in there. Show that flap, this flap open. show this flap open. So you see, once you already do this drawing, you can reuse it multiple times. Just remember to keep your flap on a separate layer and then mirror the flap. And then so you have the flap coming up here, and then you can show all the guts in here. Like, is there a pocket in here? Is there a pocket in here? You know, you can show all that stuff if you're smart about how you do your drawing. So, you know, just doing an internal view is an extra drawing. What else? Oh, hardware. This is an extra drawing. Any like tight tensioners and whatever you have, that's an extra drawing. This could be an extra drawing if you go to town on it. So just do one bag, make it a simple bag, but do 4 drawings for it and do some, these are called orthographic drawings or tech packs. I think, in fact, I think now we're thinking about it, at the beginning of semester, Aki says, I want them to be able to do tech packs as well. Hand-drawn tech packs. We're not going into Illustrator. Okay, so any questions?
Yeah, I have one, Brooke. So you
Yeah.
said for the homework, you want you want 5 sets of the orthographic drawings, or just one really good like series?
No. 5. I don't remember what we've been doing before, but 4 pages,
Okay.
and they should all be based on one bag. Don't go bags and shoes, just one bag, 4 pages, and flesh it out. So you're going to be doing this orthographic all lined up, and then you're going to do extra details like maybe a piece of hardware. You're going to do maybe with the flap shown open. Just try to get 4 pages. I'll just say 4 pages out of this, all based on one bag design. Maybe 1 page is just a 3D sketch. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just work smart and don't overwork yourself, and be very careful. Don't flatten stuff yet. And because you can reuse that stuff a lot. Like I was demonstrating how I was able to do the top view with the bag open, showing you the pockets inside. So 1 bag, 4 drawings of that 1 bag. And I'm not saying you don't have to do a bunch of thumbnails as well. I don't think you should. I think you should really focus on a very simple bag and give me 4 pages of really describing it. So you could send this bag off to China and then getting it made. That means labeling everything. So put yourself in that frame of mind. You're sending this off to China. It's a sketch, but you send it off and they still should be able to make it.
Okay.
All right, then. Well, I think that's going to be class dismissed if there are no questions. Hey, I just want to ask, okay, we still got a couple of minutes. Hey, are you guys not as stressed as before after all the elections and stuff?
Definitely feeling a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we're still in the middle of stress, but at least that's more or less out of the way. I know there's going to be a lot of cock blocking, but it's out of the way so we can decompress and hopefully move on. All right, then, class. Have a great one. I'll see you in a couple of days and have fun.
Thank you too, Brooke.
All right, thanks, guys. See you. Bye.
Hey, Brooke,
Yeah.
do you think
Yeah.
you could check? I would think it's a decent rendering on my homework, and I wanted you to check it out.
Oh, yeah. Great.
The only thing I'm not great at so far or yet is my highlights and my shadows. And I wanted you to just kind of look at it really quick and see what it looked like.
Sure. Good thing you caught me.
Yeah, it was the last second. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No. It's totally good because I'm glad because I didn't know how to fill up my last bit of time. So, okay, fashion accessories and Anthony, there you are. Oh, yeah, there we go. And we're talking 11:10, aren't we? Yep. This is it, isn't it? I saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice drawings.
Nice
Nice
I
proportions.
kind of expanded on this because I also had to use this for my Viscom class, and I wanted to kind of expand on it, just like a nice soccer cleat. And Yeah, that was my final rendering down there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This is an easy this is an easy fix. You're just about there. You've got it all there. You just need to do a couple of things. By the way, I just want to mention this is very nice. These feet are awesome, and how you're designing the shoe is very innovative and very cool. So that really works nicely. And the soccer cleat, and this is a really nice idea with your big toe. So conceptually, this is really nice, and your proportions are good too.
Cool.
You know, very slim, tight-fitting shoe. So here, so let me do a screenshot, and I'll show you some very easy, quick, final little things you can do to this. I'm gonna do it in Photoshop because it's. Anthony, did you handed this in like a few days ago, didn't you?
No, I handed this in today.
Oh, did you? Why
So
did I see this?
you saw the first drawing in there.
Oh, okay.
But I tweaked it a little bit and did a couple things, and then I changed it into my my Viscom homework as well.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're double dipping because that's smart. Let's go desktop, and now you've already done most of the hard work with coloring it all in and getting some basic shading. So I would get in there and just get those little details. So for example, so I'm choosing a brush. I'm choosing, let me get all my tools. Brush. I'm choosing kind of a stiff brush like this one right here.
Yeah.
Giving it a little softness and trying to be efficient with my strokes. So for example, right in here, oh, let's go black. And I'm gonna go light. And then as I get here, darker and then light. So I just choosing, because I'm choosing that efficient brush because it fits nicely in all these areas. You know, just popping off those reflections a little bit more. This is an upward facing one. So there, you're going to be doing the same thing with this whole piece right in here. You know, because it's a material change, and it's also it's poking out a little bit.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the most important thing for an overall, it's not looking three-dimensional enough. And so how you're going to do that is you're going to get a real soft airbrush. So let me choose a really soft airbrush, right, like here. And I'm going to go black and white. I'm going to go black, and I'm just putting a little bit around here. And around here as well, just a little bit, right? And a little underneath. Okay, you'll see it'll become 3D in just a second. Now on the same layer, I'm going to go white. And right where you've put this reflection, a little bit more harsh. And another one, you're going to go right down here. You can go like that. So this is all on one layer. Now look what happens. Look what happens when I go to overlay in the layer modes. And this is also in Procreate as well. Overlay. It comes out very clean.
Oh wow.
See that? Yeah, here let's double it. Let's double it. Here we go. There. So that's how you kind of, and now what you do, let's merge it together. Control E. So merge down. Now what you're gonna do with this black and white layer right here, remember it's overlay effect. Now just go in there and just erase out where the shadows are. So, oh, hold on, let's go to eraser. Right here, and I'm gonna go soft eraser. And I'm going to go under here because the material's gonna slightly start to dive in a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit there. It's gonna dive in a little bit underneath here, and definitely inside here, that's gonna be dark. And you're gonna just cut out the areas where the shadows are gonna be. You know what I mean? There, and light in here. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's, let me just get in there a little bit. Sometimes you got to get in there tight. Wait, why is that like this? Why am I? Oh, it's because I did a whole thing. Okay, that's why it's doing that. So that's how you make it look three-dimensional, is just simply this piece, black and white. Turn on that overlay, and that's, oh, and also let's go into a new layer. Make it overlay. Overlay is the best for this because it hides, it just blends so nicely. So I'm going in there with a brush. soft brush. I'm going to crank up the power a wee bit. Now, because you can have a highlight up here. I'm a little bit too, my highlight's a little bit too strong, but right there, there's going to be a little bit one here because the material kind of pokes out a little bit, you know?
Yeah. I tried doing it where the synthetic black, I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, I tried doing it there, but it just wasn't popping good enough.
And just pop it a few areas like there. Just kind of be careful about it.
Mm-hmm.
And just stroke it a few times. And let's just see what happens if you do something here, because these are some hard edges right in here. I don't know. This will probably, because those hard edges, you're definitely going to want to pop this stuff off a little bit. So something like that. Here, you're going to make this one super bright. You're going to make this one super bright because this is all following that big, you know, that big reflection.
Yep.
Actually, that's kind of cool. So, but that's how you get it 3D.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, I hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Awesome, Anthony. All right, buddy. We'll have a good couple of days. I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, see you Thursday.
All right, cool, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.